Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Booth. I'm your host, Dan Arena, and we got Tabitha. And now we have some guests with us. A second coming guest, R2 the Icky, is here with us.
Hello.
And our other guests are Phil TMNT and the Chad.
Yo.
Phil, we got an echo. Can we turn that volume down a little bit on the computer?
Why are you calling Phil out?
Oh, it sounded like it was him. I don't know. Has anyone else got their computers on?
I got everything off.
Okay. All right, checking 1, 2. Okay, we're good. I don't hear nothing now.
Got your back, Phil. I mean, you're wrong, but you know. Oh, now I can't hear Phil.
Plug in your hello.
Can you guys hear me?
There we
Okay,
go.
yeah,
You're good.
Not
Alrighty.
But now we got the echo back.
Yeah, that's true. Ah, man, Phil, you're killing us. That's all right. We'll have to deal with tonight, I guess. So, anyways, there are a bunch of people already on saying hello. We got Avery Cruz.
Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
Avery.
We got Chris the Geek. Hello, Chris. We got TD. Hey, TD, what's up, buddy?
Hey, TD.
Here, I know I'm supposed to put their things on the bottom, right? Hello.
I'm sorry, Phil or Dan. I'm dropping the ball. I was reading
Oh, that's
comments.
all right. Hello. That's all right.
Oh, thank you, TD. I appreciate that comment.
Yeah, TD, your favorite people are awesome. It is turtle time. And then we
We are.
Oh yeah.
we got Mrs. R2 the Icky. Hello.
The Mrs. Icky.
Rick's wife is on. What's up?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to be very nice to him now.
Yeah.
Right. No, I think we got to bring it
Hello,
even more.
What's up? He says, hey, what's up in the chat?
Hey.
The fall. And then I think we got everybody. All right. So yeah, tonight we are rumbling. Get ready to rumble.
With turtle power.
That's right.
In
We
a
got
half shell.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze. Tongue twister. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the time.
Turtles in time.
In time, yeah.
Well, are they on time?
They are not on time. That's why they had to get an egg timer thing. So, yeah. All right, so I'm going
Dan,
to
I'm
also...
disappointed you didn't have any Ooze on the Secret of the Ooze DVD.
R2, why you gotta bring it out?
I got kind of ooze. Here, look, kind of ooze, everybody. I got kind of ooze. It's
Now I'm uncomfortable.
It's more like slime, but it's kind of ooze.
Is that like Masters of the Universe slime?
No, it's more like cheap
Dollar
slime from
General.
the dollar store, and so it's green. So you can whatever you want to call it.
Oh no!
got,
put it away.
We got some ooze.
Put it away before we end up with some mutants.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna share my screen real quick so you guys can see the new Rumble video. Whoops, I forgot to add sound.
Bring your
Hang on.
popcorn.
How do I go back? Hang on, I need to go back so I can add sound.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Please stand by.
My slow
Nothing but the
computer.
best of technical difficulties for our crew. That's right.
That's right.
Nothing.
Just blame Phil.
Yeah, wind
There
up.
we go. Yeah.
I was saying. He's our
All right,
scapegoat.
here we go. Let's do it full screen, huh, for everybody?
Yeah.
There we go. Now, if it's joggy, that's not my fault. Well, it is my fault. right, everybody. That was it.
I noticed we have fire,
yeah.
so it's always going to be a manly show. Thanks a lot. No flowers, not a cupcake, nothing to represent Tabitha.
Well, hey, what happened to your fire in front of your microphone?
To be fair, I was something of a pyromaniac growing up, so I'm cool with fire.
All right, fire's cool. We all like fire. Beautiful. All right, let me stop. Let me remove this thing.
And while Dan's doing whatever Dan is doing, please be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to vanquish the like button while you're viewing this. Share with your friends, your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle friends. Be sure to check out our merch store. You can find us at insidetheboothreviews.com. That's right. You can find koozies, you can find mugs, t-shirts, all of the fantastic things that you, of course, need in your life to help support people as fabulous as us. So check it out.
That's right. That was beautiful. Thank you, Tabitha.
Mhm.
I hope everybody loved that. And no, it was good. It was good. All right. So we're gonna start this rumble. Like I said before the show, but I'm gonna say it again. Everybody gets 5 minutes to discuss what they liked and disliked of each movie. Obviously, we're gonna start with number 1, then 2, then 3. We're not doing anything backwards today. And you know, if you are done before 5 minutes, that's okay. Just let us know that you guys are done. Like, give us a wave or say, okay, that's it. That's all I had to say. And then, and that's it. And then we'll move on to the next person. So that's it. Here we go. Cowabunga dudes. That's right. Cowabunga. Too bad we all could. All right. There's 5 of us. Let's hit the screen. Cowabunga, everybody.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
That's a work in progress.
It was like the whitest thing we could have done on this channel.
When it comes to my phone, I feel like a boomer because I've been doing this, says this.
Phil, you've got to get sticky notes. I wrote down everybody's names so that I can indicate to where whomever is sitting next to me, so I don't cross over. So
we got
TD's asking where is his pizza. Dude called Domino's.
See what happened, TD, is that I ordered you pizza, but I gave them my address on accident and I ate it all. You're welcome, bro.
Pizza
oh, maybe Dan got it instead.
I got some pizza.
So I just ordered myself
over to my house. Hey, well, a box is almost
Monopoly pizza. Okay.
Yeah, Monopoly pizza.
It tastes like plastic.
Exactly.
Is it really like a Monopoly game in a pizza box? Mm-hmm. That's so weird.
Monopoly has 1,001 different versions. Why don't they have pizza? You know.
Pretty much. I grew up playing the Star Wars version.
Okay. Before we get started, I'm going to say one thing. Did anybody do this as a kid? When the cartoon of Turtles talked about all the toppings on their pizzas and stuff like that, there's this one that I personally heard all the time was peanut butter and jelly. So as a kid, I would get leftover pizza out of the fridge, and I put peanut butter and jelly on top of a pizza, regular pizza, mind you, with pepperoni and everything on it. And I ate it like that. Did anybody else do that?
I once put
fruit snacks on it as a kid.
Yeah, I once put almond butter and banana.
That's almost the same. Almost the same.
Mm-hmm.
I may have tried the jelly, probably not the peanut butter. It's been a long time if I did.
To this day, I still put ketchup on my pizza.
Oh,
so
Phil.
awesome.
Ketchup? Well, isn't that
you do you.
See. A lot of people think that's weird, but it tastes so good.
I like ranch on my pizza, Phil. So, I mean,
well, a lot of people do ranch, blue cheese, stuff like that.
So,
I see someone in the chat say gross, Phil.
I like to put like hot sauce or chili sauce on it.
Yeah, I am weird, but honestly, when I was looking stuff up about, I actually went on Google and I said, "Well, did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles really say peanut butter jelly on their pizza or not?" Right? My wife likes ketchup on their pizza. Who's that? Joshua Watts.
Yeah.
Yes, I like it.
Apparently,
My wife is
So sweet, so sweet.
yeah.
A while back, I was dating a really nice Filipina lady, and I made her a tocino pizza.
What's
What?
that? What's on that?
Tocino is pork, chicken, as well as a very sweet sauce.
Oh, okay.
Along with
Almost
some
like a
vegetables.
barbecue pizza or something. Yeah.
Yeah, except the sauce is much more sweet.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad. So what I was gonna say was the reason. I was gonna say that I looked up on Google peanut butter and jelly on pizza from the Turtles cartoon. It did come up that they did say it, and I actually some YouTube channels popped up, and I watched them, and they made pizzas from the Turtles. They would make a pizza, put all the toppings on it, put it in the oven. Now their peanut butter jelly sounded better than mine because they only had peanut butter jelly on dough. That was it. And then they put it in the oven and cooked it. And then when it came out, they ate it. They said that was probably the best ones that they
probably reduced the jelly to crystal.
liked. Something. Chris the Geek says no anchovies, but the cartoons always loved anchovies. So I don't know. The movies must have been like, that sounds really gross with anchovies. So we'll just say no anchovies in the movie.
Exactly.
I don't like to get too freaky with my pizza. I'm just straight meat lovers with shrooms. Like, just give me all the meats and
Meat
mushrooms and olives. There you go.
Okay,
Yeah,
Tabitha, if we ever meet in real life, I got to introduce you to ketchup.
Okay,
I'll
Phil,
make my last goal.
isn't that what tomato sauce is? It's the same thing.
But
right?
here's the thing. It's tomato sauce with cheese on top, and then tomato sauce on top. It's like a sandwich.
Well, see, here's
It's
the
like a
thing,
ketchup
Dan.
sandwich.
So ketchup has vinegar in it, whereas pasta sauce typically does not. So therein lies the difference.
But
So-
There's some
it's
pickles on there then, right?
A
Right,
woman that
yes.
is wise beyond her years.
I cook. I make me some homemade pasta from time to time.
You're right. I don't think Mikey likes anchovies.
Nope.
Not in the movie, at least. Peanut butter and marshmallows. Hey, that sounds like a good one.
A s'mores pizza, maybe.
Yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
not with the tomato sauce or the cheese or the
Okay.
pepperoni.
Ketchup.
Right?
So I do have a bit of a question here for the panel.
Yeah, go ahead.
How long did it take you to find out that Uncle Phil played the Shredder in the Ninja Turtles tune?
I knew that for a long time. I remember my mom telling me that when I was little.
I knew that when I was 5.
I
Who's
didn't
Uncle
find
Phil?
out until
Yeah, when I was little, you weren't alive, Phil.
I'm sorry. I was gonna ask who's Uncle Phil.
Like, who's Uncle
Fresh
Phil?
Prince of,
Like,
Fresh Prince of
Fresh
Bel-Air.
Prince of Bel-Air.
oh, okay.
I can't believe Dan didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the voice.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the voice.
Yeah. I recognized the voice, but I didn't
Yeah.
really realize who it
I
was.
didn't find out until like 2010 watching the DVD special features.
Oh.
See, I heard when I was
There's
5.
a really
that
good
Uncle Phil-
documentary about the history of
Sorry,
Ninja
you
Turtles
go,
called
you
Turtle
go.
Power.
Mhm.
And they kind of cover the comic books, they cover the movies,
Yeah.
and then they cover the cartoons. And it was made right before, I want to say it's James Avery, is
James
the actor
Avery.
that was Uncle Phil, died. But they interview him about doing the cartoon, and he too kind of talking about people, finding out that Uncle Phil did the voice of the Shredder. But it's a really good doc
In the
if you've never
cartoons,
watched
guys,
it.
I was thinking the movie, and I'm like, I don't think so, but I'll just
No,
go
that
with
was
what
the
you're
cartoon.
saying. So it's like, I really don't think they're the
Cartoon.
same
Oh.
dude. It's like, because one of them happens to be like not looking the same. You're really
Yes,
confused.
yes.
I'm like,
Okay,
I'm just,
no,
I'm
I was
just gonna
confused
go.
too. I didn't know
I'll
we were
feel-
talking the cartoon.
See, I knew. I
was
found out
thinking
when I
the
was
voice of the
5,
movie.
and it wasn't confirmed to me until I was like 12. Because my sister was saying, I think Uncle Phil's one of the Shredders, if I remember correctly. And I was like, I don't believe you. And then when I was like 12, maybe 13, that's when I found out. I said, so I called my sister or whatever, said, you were right. I'm so mad at you. You were right.
I
It
just want to
tracks
give a
because
shout
when
out to Chris the Geek for letting me like understand this, because like I said, I was not on the same page as you guys, and I happened to see his comment there, and I'm like, oh, this is why Tabitha is severely confused.
Okay.
Don't worry, Tabitha. I just was going along with it. I was like, yeah. Because I thought we were talking about the movie too. I didn't realize we were talking cartoon. But of course, we were talking cartoon, earlier about pizzas and toppings. So, yeah, sorry about that. So, anyways, let's get kind of started. I mean, we were starting, but
We got sidetracked.
we got sidetracked. All right, so let's start with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1, and we will go from bottom right all the way up.
Oh,
so
that's
we'll start with the Chad today, and then we'll do Ricky, and then Phil, then Tabitha, and then me. So, all right, 5 minutes. Go.
All right.
I will start your
intro.
Hey,
And,
this is
what makes this one the best movie.
it is the best movie. That's well known fact. Took the story straight from the comics, from the Eastman and Laird comics, and told it well.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, hey, quick fight choreography was, it was very good for its time. Had some good acting, good writing, told the story very loyally, and really did an amazing job all the way through. It's one of my favorite comic book movies. That's one of the things that says, hey, you don't need CGI and high budget to make a good comic book movie.
That's right.
You just need to really stick with the source material.
Right.
And it's the one that just holds up all around. They took the source material seriously. And I remembered in an interview reading Secret of the Ooze that the studio was very surprised how dark the first one turned out. But if you go back to the Eastman and Laird comics, dude, the comics were even darker than that.
Yeah, the comics were really dark. Yeah.
So they adapted them about as well as they could while trying to keep it as kid-friendly as they could as well.
Yep.
They did an amazing job.
Definitely.
So the film I'd give it a solid 8, maybe even a 9 out of 10.
Sweet. Now, what'd you not like about it?
What did I not like about it?
Yeah.
That it
I
ended.
really, one of those things, yeah. I really would have liked to see Splinter throw down a little bit more. Like, we never really got to see him in action, obviously because of how complex the suit was. You didn't really get to see him in action the way you saw the Turtles. But other than that, I really have.
To be fair, he had been chained up and beaten to a pulp. So, I mean, maybe he was just suffering from bruises. That's really the story that no one talks about.
Right.
Yeah, but I always wanted to see Splinter. You see, that's one of the things I liked about the first Michael Bay film.
Hey, Retro.
You get to see Splinter throw down
buddy?
hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Right.
I always wanted to see that in the first film. Never got it. It was one of my few complaints. But otherwise, yeah, it's a great film.
Avery Cruz says Vanilla Ice. That was the second movie. We're
That
not
was
there
definitely
yet.
the second movie. No,
We're not there yet. Don't
Oh,
jump
damn.
ahead into the future now. Plus, we're supposed to go back in time.
Right. I was going to say. I was going to make that
Not
joke,
go
and I
to
thought,
the future.
nah.
Well, was that point to one of the games?
All right. Well,
No,
that's pretty
no.
solid. Solid. What you got? All right, Ricky, your turn.
All right. Yeah, I definitely feel like the first movie is a really good representation of the comic book series, the original one. It's very dark. It's very gritty and dirty, which kind of too like makes me feel like looking at those. If you've ever even held one of the original comic books, just that really cheap pulpy paper, I mean, the costumes are phenomenal. How well they look for the time. Jim Henson did a really, really great job. I loved Casey Jones in it and Shredder.
Casey Jones, loved him.
Yeah. I thought can't think of the guy's name who plays him, but did a really good job of Casey Jones as well.
Elias Coetes.
Cricket.
Yes.
You got to understand crumpet to understand cricket.
Yeah. And I think too, just even bringing some of they had limited source material, but bringing that little bit of that kind of cartoon element too for the kids, because as a kid I loved it because that was what I was more familiar with at the time.
Right.
But knowing what I know as I grew up, I mean, more so, that's what I really love about the first one is just how close it is to the original comic.
Sweet. And you said you watched all three movies on Friday night, right?
I did. I watched all three like a boss.
Like a boss, you said. All three in a row. Man, I don't think I could have done that. Good for you.
Thanks.
All right, so what'd you dislike about the movie?
What I disliked is because of the fact that you could tell they were taken heavily from the original comic because of limited source material. You know, a little bit of the kid portion of it kind of conflicts with it. It feels weird that it's a kid movie with it being so dark. And so that's
that
where
was
I think
something the
kind of,
90s and 80s did well.
Mhm.
Kid content could get dark.
Yeah.
Really dark.
Yeah, I mean, there are some kids' movies that were dark, like Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, even Neverending
He-Man.
Story. But still,
He-Man was pretty dark.
You know, the cartoon's very vibrant, though. I mean, that's the difference, though. Those other things didn't have a cartoon to go with it, so it does seem to kind of be stuck trying to find a good balance there, where at times it's a little tough. And I was not that I don't think she's a bad actress, but I didn't care for the first April O'Neil. I guess more so just because she didn't look like her, really, to me. And again, they were pulling from the cartoon with making her a reporter as opposed to being like a lab assistant.
But she looked more like the comic book version did. The Eastman and Laird comics, I should say.
I need to...
Slightly.
Yeah.
Maria, when you said no,
better than the...
Was that because I said He-Man?
But yeah,
Sorry,
that would be
interrupt for a second.
The negative though for me. So no, I'm done.
Okay, that wasn't too much then. All right, Phil, your turn.
Okay, so actually the first Ninja Turtle movie is like I think the first movie I remember seeing in general. So a lot of nostalgia to me. The fighting, I thought like when I was a kid, I thought that was so awesome. Like nothing could compare to it. And I even said out loud that I like the fighting in the Ninja Turtles better than Star Wars at the time. And my brother got mad.
Well, you know, I mean, you compare two old people just going like this to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, kicking and doing cartwheels and flips and stuff. Yeah, I guess that you know, is a difference.
Right. And
but
yeah,
George Lucas fixed that in the prequels.
Exactly.
We're not here for George Lucas tonight.
Not
Hey, you guys ever do that? I'm down for that.
And I do like how like serious of a tone that movie had, even though there is still like, as you guys said, that humor for kids in it. I just like the whole, like the thing that Splinter was talking about, how he wasn't going to be in the Turtles' lives forever, and then he got kidnapped, and the Turtles. I loved seeing kind of like the struggle the Turtles had, especially like Raphael and Leonardo classing it out. And then when Raphael woke up, that really has to be my favorite part of the entire movie.
When he woke up,
yeah, when he woke up, just see Leonardo's face.
Very sentimental there.
Oh yeah, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's like outside of the acting, the story was good, and the costumes were good.
Was there anything you didn't like about it?
No.
This is me nitpicking at this point, but That same scene with Leonardo and Raphael when Donatello laughed, I can never unsee the guy that's underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, after you showed me that when I watched that movie, I was like,
Isn't that in the second one though? That's not.
No,
it's in this
one.
That's the first one.
Like,
Is it?
watch the next time
in the
when like,
farmhouse.
Leonardo and Raphael
Okay.
helps out and kiss and make up, and Donatello laughs. When he leans back, you can see the guy in the suit's mouth.
Yeah.
Because he kind
I
of.
can
It was
never
that
unsee
angle.
that ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to bring George Lucas back in this. They need a George Lucas these films, and just make them a little bit more, up to date, like George Lucas
What?
did with his.
What?
No.
What?
No.
What? That goes against our religion, Dan.
Oh, really?
Remakes? Are we really
Look,
promoting remakes?
I love George. I really do. I think he's amazing, but that was one of the worst things he ever did to the original trilogy.
I liked some of it,
Some of
I
it,
enjoyed
yeah.
some of it,
Some of it, not all. I think
Well,
it was
okay, not
nice the
all
way
of
it
it,
was.
but,
Yeah.
I mean, especially Jabba the Hutt there, he looked too, like, not in the picture at all. But, they were working with, it was new technology back
It was
then.
the era of experimentation.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody, that's right, they do.
Everybody has those days.
But like let's say for the mouth movements and that one shot where Donatello's laughing and you see the guy's mouth in there, they could kind of fix that up a little bit, I think it'd be all right.
Today's technology, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think that makes it a little endearing,
You're
though.
right.
It's just the fact that you see the practical effects, like they're,
Right.
I don't know. It just, like as a kid, you don't notice these things. Not really.
no.
I don't
To
think.
bring it back to Star Wars, it's like the stormtrooper hitting his head on the door that didn't quite open all the way.
Yeah, because he was too tall or something.
Yeah, it's like that scene where they just left it in there, or Mark Hamill shouting "Carrie" when he comes out of the X-wing instead of Leia.
Does that?
Yeah, watch it.
Oh.
Watch it next time.
I so gotta see it now.
Yeah, but you and me too, Phil. I'm like, what?
No, when he comes out of the X-wing and she's running to greet him to celebrate, he shouts "Carrie" instead of Leia.
Oh, right. I think
Yeah.
I heard about that. I don't remember it too much, but I have to rewatch it again.
Oh, that was just, like Huddies for victory. That's what that was, Chad. Like, that's all.
Yeah.
You're just speaking a different language.
Yeah, Carrie is a different word.
Yeah, it's just a different word.
in George Lucas's world of words.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Greedo. He says something in the
Greedo.
new Disney one before he gets shot,
Right.
What's he say again? Hoop de pay. I don't know.
McClunky.
New Disney one
yeah,
also has like
Clunky or
more
something,
smoke to
Clumpy.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Yeah,
the whole
I'm not even
scene
going to
is,
get
like, more
started there.
smoky.
I think I know this is way off topic. I think they should have just left Han Solo shooting him first and making him look like the
rogue.
jerk he is, I guess,
Yeah.
Like, hey, I don't care. Boop. Goodbye. Anyways, let's get back on.
So I just want to mention one thing that in the manga adaptation of A New Hope, they include the scene with Boba Fett, but instead of him just walking by, him and Han have like an angry bro stare down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that, I guess.
Well, it's in the manga version.
Oh, manga version.
Yeah. It's like they still include a cameo, but they actually make it mean something where him and Han are just staring each other down for a few minutes, and it's just kind of like, I'll be seeing you.
Oh, to be fair, we don't actually know if Boba Fett was looking at him at all.
Yeah, he could have been looking at his butt.
He could. He probably was like cross-eyed, stuck out his tongue.
That's very
But
true.
we don't
Tabitha,
see,
Tabitha. R2, am I really making you hungry? Go get a pizza.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
We apologize to the audience for Dan's unintentional ASMR, unless you guys are really into that. With his smacking over.
Yeah, I didn't know we were allowed to eat during this. I was like, I'll eat afterwards.
I ate
Whoop,
before.
sorry.
I was like, okay, well, all right. But
I was trying to do the whole, humna, get your pizza when you come on the show. I don't know.
Could have just texted Dan.
All right, Tabitha, your turn.
My turn. Let me get my clock started. So yeah, I like this movie a lot. There's a lot of nostalgia that goes with it. Something I did grow up with. Mainly, I think because of the fact that my brother was really into it. Me being the younger sibling, like whatever my brother was into, I was really into. So that includes, Transformers and Micro Machines and Biker Mice from Mars and all that stuff. So, I really enjoyed all of that. Yeah, I mean, overall, I rewatched it again today, and I just reminded how much I really enjoyed it. But now, looking back at it as an adult, specifically looking at things that I think are really cool, and again, like how the film was made, I really do enjoy the cinematography as far as the lights go. Like, it was very intentional what they were trying to shadow and what they were trying to highlight, especially that scene when Shredder first appears, and it's all about the one hook or whatever that is, with that glint. I mean, to really make him look fierce. And it's just I was paying attention to the lighting throughout the film, and it's always dark. And I don't know if that was, that seemed like a lot of 80s movies kind of did that, especially if it had to do with the city for some reason, it seems like. And I don't know if they were just trying to make it like, the dark side of New York City or something like that, because it did have to do with gangs and things like that. But at the same time, it's another great way to accentuate certain things. If everything else is in darkness, we see a lot of color in this as well, like the different colored lights, and kind of like what's behind me, and just to kind of make that pop. It was classic 80s, but very nice cinematography as far as the camera angles as well. Some of it cheesy, I mean, obviously it's not up to speed with what we have today, but I think that's just, again, what enriches the movie, what makes it endearing. It's like, it was well made with what they had, and they what was it Maria had said a while ago, that she was commenting on somebody else here, just like the storyline and all that. And
right.
The acting was good. I did like Judith Hogue as April O'Neil. I did not like the others. Just to me, I am not familiar enough with the comics and the cartoons to make an assessment of whether or not she did a good job and things like that, as far as if she was true to character. I've seen a couple of the episodes of the cartoons, but not, a kid, I didn't pay attention to that stuff. For myself personally, I thought she did a really good job. And I think it was kind of a nice thing. And I noticed that I was watching some behind the scenes stuff, and they were saying that, April O'Neil, known for that yellow jumpsuit, and they didn't put that, into the film like this, like as a blazing thing. And the actress was saying she just didn't think it would fit very well, but they did want to pay homage to that, which is why they put her in that raincoat to really make it stick. And I kind of like that, because again, when you're doing a movie based off of the comics, it's very difficult to try to manage the realistic elements along with the cartooniness of it. So taking a yellow, like a very uber yellow rain jacket, and just having it in there in the beginning, I thought it did well for that, like what it was trying to convey, with also then trying to be something realistic. And one other thing I like about this film is just, I love the originality overall of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think it's kind of like Mario. You've got a Japanese guy that makes a video game about an Italian plumber. Like, what? And so we've got like California styled American Japanese turtles. Like, I think that I love the creativity behind it. Apparently it was meant to be a parody, from what I understand, originally in the comic books or something like that. It wasn't meant to be taken seriously, but somehow it just kind of exploded and became something that people love. And I love the little quirky things that the turtles say, like, or just in the little background, just to make them like realistic teenagers. Like when they're at the farmhouse and it's just a scene of the house, nothing special is going on, but I want to say it was Leonardo, maybe it was Donatello, walking past the side of the house, and he's humming Old MacDonald. Like, it's not necessarily a riveting scene, but it's just these little elements that they'll place in there just to have that childishness, to it. I really like it. And just lastly, I'll say one of my favorite lines from this film that my brother and I will often say to this day, and it's just wise words, is forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for a late pizza.
Yes.
I can't say there was really anything about this film that I didn't like. I will say as a child, though, because I was very sensitive to scary things, which is, so when Shredder gets put into the trash compactor, that like freaked me out. But overall, I really like this movie. I like the music. I like the acting. Yeah, I think Jim Henson's work was phenomenal in this.
Anything you didn't like?
No, like I said,
I know the 5 minus is pretty much up, probably. Right?
Yeah, it's done. I
Okay.
can't really say there's anything about it that I didn't enjoy. Again, it's just something to watch. Is it my favorite movie? No, but it's something I can always rely on to make me like happy or just to enjoy. Like I can always rely that when I go back, or count on when I go back to watch this film, I won't be disappointed.
Gotcha.
Dan? Tabitha reminded me of something here. I'm sending you something on Twitter if you want to show the group. This is my favorite design of April O'Neil ever. It's in the comic book series after she spent some time learning how to fight from Splinter.
Okay.
Yeah, Tabitha reminded me of that when she was talking about the appearance of April O'Neil. And so I don't know if you want to show the group that image, but yeah, I think
I can try. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they came up with a great,
really slow.
Yeah, they came up with a really, really cool design for in the comic that kind of blended the movies, the cartoon, and the old Eastman and Laird comic into one. And it was an amazing design. And I love the fact that they taught her how to fight because she was always getting captured. And so
she was the Princess Peach of the mutant world there.
Yeah. So eventually she went up to Splinter and said, look, this can't keep happening. I need you to teach me.
Trying to get it here. See if I can download.
By the way, I just want to say that I had a dog we used to have a dog. She looked like Splinter. Like when she would wake up and her face was all smushed, it was a Yorkie. She would all of a sudden turn over and just look almost like an animatronic. Just slowly look at you through squinted eyes, and she looked exactly like Splinter when he got beaten up. Just throwing that up.
Nice. Tabitha mentioned, the comic book being a bit of a parody of some things that were popular when it was created. But it also is unofficially tied into Daredevil. In fact,
that's what I heard.
Daredevil, Daredevil gets blinded by, radioactive chemicals, and the chemicals that end up blinding them is what spills down into the sewer. Plus, the Foot Clan is a nod to the Ninja Group or Ninja Clan and Daredevil, which is the Hand. So they were big fans of Daredevil, and they wanted to connect it in there for fun.
I was wondering why they called them the Foot. I'm like, really? Out of all the parts of the body, the foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's better than calling the foot the butt. Hey, it's the Butt Clan.
Where'd that come from, Phil?
I don't know.
All right, everybody's
They're
talking
always
about
making excuses. Sorry.
That's right. All right, so I would have to say for me, yes, this was probably like everybody else. This was my favorite one out of the three because it was darker. And because I have a lot of memories. I'm going to go down memory lane over here for a minute. A lot of memories. When this movie came out, that was the first movie my mom brought us to a movie theater. So I saw this in the big screen. Well, this one and Batman. Batman was good too, but this one was the one I remember most because I liked Turtles better than Batman at the time. Don't tell anybody. And then right after the movie was done and we were all hyped up and, oh man, this was the best. Our mother took us to the pizza place that she worked at. We had pizza right after, and it was like I don't know. It was awesome.
Best mom
So,
ever.
that's right. So, I think that's one of the reasons why I probably like this movie the best out of all three. But after rewatching all three of them the past couple of days, I still like this one the best because of how dark it was and the lighting that they used, the cinematography. It wasn't as cartoony,
Yeah.
Mhm.
when you're thinking of a movie, when you're looking at a movie, you don't really want it to look like a cartoon. You want it to look kind of, especially it's supposed to be live action, right?
Just
Um,
silly, not corny. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, have some silliness in it, but also have some a little seriousness in it, and that's what it did. Like especially when Raphael, I always loved the part. It always stuck in my head, that part where he loses his sight, and then he's chasing after Casey Jones in the city, and he yells out, "Damn!" It was just like it got me because I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, "What? They do swear words in movies?" I mean, it wasn't
I
a swear
know.
word,
Yeah, that was a swear word back then. I
but
know.
yeah, I mean, it was like they do swear words in movies,
I was surprised
man.
too. Yeah.
But when you hear him say "damn" or when he screams in the cellar, in the sewer, because Splinter's gone, you can kind of, I guess you could say, as a kid, when I was a kid, even rewatching it, you kind of sense the emotion in there,
Mhm.
and there, and in a cartoon, there was like no emotions. It was just like you fight the bad guy, and then that's it. You go back home. Then the next cartoon, the
Well,
next
kids don't really
week,
care about
they fight the
emotions.
bad guy again. Yeah, right. But I was definitely one of those emotional kids that liked emotional things. So so,
It
so this movie
shows.
was oh, thank you. It shows, huh? I'll get
It
you,
shows.
Tabitha.
Come at me.
You got to dodge it. You're supposed to go.
Oh, sorry. Hey, it's not. It's like a Chinese or one of those kung fu movies. Hang on. Oh, late reaction.
Yeah, right.
Slap, slap, slap.
Anyway, so my favorite character out of all of them, since everybody's talking about characters
Yeah.
earlier, my favorite character is Michelangelo.
That's
Just
who
because
I'm
he was.
representing this evening.
I see that. I see
Yes,
that.
my favorite.
Mhm.
I see your orange. So go ahead. Tell us what your guys' favorite character is.
Do you want to start with Chad at the bottom, make it less confusing?
Yeah,
Okay.
anybody. Yeah, you can just
All right.
everybody yell out at once.
As
Go
so
ahead.
I was an elder brother, and so growing up, major X-Men fans. So of course, my favorite X-Men was always Cyclops, the responsible
The
one, the leader,
So
the
you
guy
like
who gets
Leonardo.
the guy who gets the team out of trouble, the guy who's always there for everyone. So yeah, Leonardo was always my favorite there too.
Mm-hmm. Sweet, sweet. All right,
Mhm.
Ricky, your turn. Who's your favorite?
As a kid, I liked Leonardo, but as I got older, I liked Donatello was my favorite. That's why I've got the purple lights going on in the background.
Oh, and I see a green light too. Green and purple. There you go.
Green and purple.
Beautiful. Love it. Love it.
See,
Phil, your turn.
When I was growing up, I liked Michelangelo, and that's probably the reason why I'm so goofy, because I grew up liking Michelangelo. But as I got older, I actually started to lean into more of Leonardo because I liked him, like the responsible leader type role, even though I'm goofy as hell. So yeah.
Yeah, I still like Michelangelo since a kid to now.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm goofy too.
I was gonna say I
relate to him the best.
like Michelangelo too because he was silly and he was the goofy one. I will have to say though, I then was leaning. I still like he's my favorite, but I would lean towards Leonardo because maybe I don't know because I like blue, and I also honestly I preferred his weapons over everybody
Yeah, same.
else's.
Mhm.
Right.
But I don't
Leonardo
know. I
also,
always tend to be towards the goofy, smart mouth ones. Like we were talking behind the scenes there with Chad about
I
like
also, yeah,
Beast Wars with Rat Trap. Like I always like the goofy ones that have a mouth on them. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
right. And of course the nunchucks. Did you? I as a kid made my own nunchucks. Did you guys make nunchucks, or a sword or a bow staff?
I had foam ones.
You had foam
I
ones?
had those foam practice ones you could get.
Yeah.
It still hurt though if you got hit with them.
Hit each other.
Yeah.
That's true.
Not to just be the only girl in the group, but I did used to swing my Barbie dolls around and like go into
Like
my arms.
Oh my god!
I love it. I love
And
it.
let me tell you, that hurts. You ever had a little spiky plastic hand dig into your arm? Like I would like underneath the arm and try to come back out because their hair would swing. So it was kind of like it was the
There's like a nunchuck. Yep.
Mhm. No, I had toy lightsabers. So
least
Oh,
favorite weapon, by the way.
that's
I
cool.
don't recommend.
How'd you get toy lightsabers? Man, oh man.
And
I had to make
speaking
one
of
out
like
like
nostalgia
a tube or something.
with the first movie, how many of you have watched it on VHS?
Oh, master.
Yeah. I mean,
of course.
Everybody's watched it. I always loved that Pizza Hut commercial in the beginning. Like that's something out of childhood. And I don't know, do they put those on the DVDs? I have
No.
the DVDs, but I don't think I've ever watched
No.
them. No.
They don't. I never seen the VHSs, and they have the DVDs. They have no commercials on the DVDs.
Well,
whatsoever.
I have
Gotcha.
the arcade game on my Xbox 360, but one of the reasons I'll always go back to the NES ones are the Pizza Hut signs in the background, which are
Yeah.
missing from the Xbox and PS3.
Huh.
No, it wasn't released on PS3, just Xbox 360. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Once fact about me, there was like in between me transitioning from liking Michelangelo to Leonardo, Raphael was my favorite turtle for a while. And I even had this bird that lasted a day called Raphael. And the reason why he lasted a day, because I did not know that we were supposed to leave
Because you had a
like
cat.
the birds alone for like the first 2-3 days. And so, of course, me being a little kid kept on bothering the bird, Raphael. And then apparently had a heart attack the next day. So sad.
He was like,
'cause
I
it was
give
my
up.
birthday.
Let me out. I want out of this world. Poor thing. Oh well.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Hey, Bird, want some ketchup and pizza?
Yeah.
All right, let's hit up number 2.
Mhm.
Chad?
Secret of the Ooze. All right.
Yep. Secret of the Ooze.
I guess
So-
timer.
All right. So yes, this was the film that apparently the studios wanted. The first movie was the film the fans wanted.
Yeah, they should have
So-
stuck with that first movie and with some of the actors. Now, okay, I'm gonna go back to the first movie real quick. Why
Mhm.
did the woman that played April O'Neil not like the yellow jacket? Why didn't she just wear it anyways?
The actress or the
was
first
appalled
movie?
by it.
Yeah.
She didn't want to wear a jumpsuit, is what it was.
Yeah, she didn't think that she
She
would
went-
look good in
she
it or
ex-
something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like, "I'll wear a jacket, but I won't wear a jumpsuit."
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Which I honestly think was a good maneuver, just because of the fact that, again, this was trying to be a somewhat more realistic, a little bit more grown up
Right,
kind of
that's
film.
true.
And
That's
so
true.
she's a news reporter in New York City. She's not going to wear the same outfit every day. And it's not really professional what she's doing to wear a jumpsuit. So
Right.
Yep.
just
There
spilling
was a
some.
joke in the what was it, 2003 Ninja Turtles cartoon where the April in that series dresses up in the jumpsuit. Casey looks at her and is like, "Yeah, you look like you're about to handle toxic waste."
Right. See, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. I
All
guess
right.
let's go back
So-
to what that.
So yeah, I literally read it in an interview where I mentioned this before. The studio was surprised at how dark the first film turned out, and apparently they didn't like it.
But
So they spend-
didn't it make a lot of money?
Yes,
So
it did.
Why didn't they just kind of stay with the darkness?
Because studios are stupid. Because
Yeah, I guess so.
they listen to focus groups and not to the fans. So
dumb.
so like right from the bat in the second Ninja Turtle film, like the fight scenes are dumbed down. They're a lot more silly. The turtles use their weapons
Right.
a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the film looks so good. Like it looks so much better. I think the outfits look great. I think the turtles, they're still very cool, but you can tell the film is toned down to be less intense and more kid friendly. in just about everything, and that just goes against the film so much. Like the Shredder was toned down; he's not as threatening. He doesn't really mix it up the way he used to. Super Shredder goes out like a punk.
Right. Well, why would they bring Shredder back in the first place?
Yeah.
That's my question. He
The ultimate
was
villain.
squished. I mean, we saw blood in that
Yeah.
first movie, so he was.
Well, that could have been
squished.
somebody's
Why would they bring him back?
leftovers. That could have been Phil's pizza.
Well,
Oh,
I
that
think
could
that's
have been the
also-
ketchup. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been my. See, what you guys didn't know is that I didn't finish all my pizza, so I was putting in that dumpster, and yeah, that's what it was.
I'm
That's
just
what it
saying.
was.
Don't tell.
Well, also
don't tell
limitations of
anyone.
the time too. I mean, I think if they were to do the Krang, that would have been real difficult. I mean,
Yeah.
even the two, non-Bebop and Rocksteady characters are a little hokey as well. So I think it had more to just do with limitations.
Like personally, I think David Warner was fantastic in the film. The guy who plays the scientist. He's
Okay,
been
right.
in damn near everything. So
He did a good job, though.
yeah, he did an amazing job in the film. Like everyone does a great job. All the actors are on point. I miss Casey Jones so much.
I know. Why
Yeah.
did they bring him back?
Exactly. Like everyone is doing a great. Even Vanilla Ice. God help me for saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice, baby.
Yeah, but it was just so toned down and tried to appeal more to kids, and
It was more cartoony.
it
That's
really
why,
was.
yeah.
It
That's-
really was. So yeah,
And then why
Yeah.
did they introduce? In the beginning of the movie, I know I'm cutting you off again, but why did they? Here's my question: why did they introduce the turtles without them being there? Or I mean, not the beginning, but when she's in the apartment, April O'Neil, and she's grabbing things. Oh, Michelangelo with the snake, and then Donatello with the skateboard, and then and Raphael. I mean, why even that scene was pointless to me.
it was.
What
yeah.
was that for?
Well, but kids identify with all that stuff, though. When you're little, right?
Yeah.
When you like a certain Ninja Turtle, right? There's something about them that you like. You like them because they wear, Leonardo has blue and has katanas, or you like Mikey because he's got nunchucks. But he wears orange, and then it's just an identifying marker. That's really what it is.
And yeah, like I said, I don't think the
didn't
film
need
is
to be
terrible. I think the film is definitely entertaining. It's fun, but it's just not as good.
Mm-hmm.
By pulling out the darkness, they pulled out so much that all of us loved about the film. So yeah, I'd give it about a 6, maybe a 7 if I'm feeling generous.
All right, so, that was everything.
That
Yeah,
was
that's-
5 minutes.
All
Yep.
right, Ricky, your turn.
See, now rewatching the second one again, I actually liked it a bit more, just because looking at more of what the source material that they were pulling from. They were pulling from the cartoon. The cartoon's bright. As it progressed too, the violence got a lot more toned down.
I have to say this. Maximus says when he was a little kid, he thought horseradish was made from a real horse. Maximus, thank you for that comment.
I thought it was made from horse poop.
Really?
Yep.
So I mean, I like it from that aspect, because it's a lot more closer to the cartoon. And I think everybody who was in it did a really good job when you compare them to the cartoon. I think Paige Turco, who was the new April O'Neil, looks a lot more like April from the comics. I think David
You're
Warner.
wrong.
See,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't like her as much.
Had to whip
David
that
Warner
out.
was really great too. But the negative is, it's definitely not as strong of a story as the first one. The fact that we got Baxter Stockman. We got we didn't get Rocksteady and Bebop. We got Toka and Raza, who essentially are just stand-ins for them. And then the fact that they brought Shredder back as opposed to maybe having like somebody like example Baxter Stockman be the villain of the movie. That's where I feel like it fell short. And as much as it's hilarious to watch now, it's still the Vanilla Ice. It definitely takes it down a bit.
There's a great scene that I love where when Toka and Razor first come out, Dave Warner turns to Sharon and goes, "What did you expect? They'd come out quoting Macbeth." I laugh so hard at that scene every time, just because the way he says it. And that's why it's a good idea to get an actor of his caliber to do the scene. The way he says that line is hilarious.
It is funny.
Yeah.
I did like these guys though, Tokar and Razor. I thought they were pretty cool characters.
Mhm.
And their costumes were well done.
Yeah, the costumes looked amazing.
But you know, they just didn't do a lot.
They didn't. Yeah.
They were a lot more bulky compared to the Ninja Turtles, where that's one thing that they're able to move very fluid. They did use some trickery there by filming at a frame or two less than normal. So instead of 24 frames, they would shoot at 23 or 22 to help make it more fluid. But the Toka and Razor just looked so bulky though and moved so slow. I'm sure that was partly intentional. They wanted to do that, but it just looked like giant costumes.
Right. I'd be scared of that costume.
Right.
Especially the snapping turtle one. He was always scary, kind of scary looking. But I don't know, cute at the same time. I don't know, it's weird. These guys are weird. And then you got the little dog, you know, he was like they were supposed to be like babies,
I thought
right?
he was creepier.
Yeah, they were.
A baby puppy and a baby snapping turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at one point, David Warner's character, he says to Donatello, he contaminated the mutagen to make them more stupid, to make them babies, so that they'd be less dangerous. Yeah.
Gotcha. Huh. Interesting.
Because that's what everybody wants, less vicious villains, you know.
Yeah.
That's what the studios thought, literally.
Watered down villains.
Yep.
Just like a cartoon.
Just like a bad cartoon.
This was a live action cartoon, everybody.
I don't know, man. Like even back then, even as a kid, I liked the Transformers movie because it had a body count. I liked the G.I. Joe movie when Duke got stabbed. And sorry, he was dead. He wasn't in a coma. I liked Robotech because again, it had a body count and people died in the show. I like shows like Gargoyles and Exo Squad. People died. Even in Darkwing Duck, the main villain from the villain from the initial show, he's supposed to die, but he comes back as a cyborg. Like messed up. Like I like shows that had consequences. I like shows that
Well, Maria was commenting on that a while ago. You had said something about that, and she basically was saying that kids can handle a lot more darkness than we give them credit for if the storytelling is done correctly. You know, I mean, that's how we made it out alive from, I said it before, the never ending story. Like we watched a horse literally get sucked into the mud. That was one of the most devastating scenes in Hollywood history. I don't care about the Titanic. I don't care about the Notebook or any of that other crap.
No,
that
man,
scene
we wanted
forever
Argus.
is burned in your brain, man.
It is. That scene was like, bro.
That was probably one of the darkest moments for children's movie, I think. But you make it out and you're like, wow, that was impactful. Like she said, as long as the storytelling is done correctly.
Yeah.
There was do you remember when back I think it was 2011
Uncle Mike's son. What's up, Uncle Mike?
When Disney released The Lion King in 3D?
I remember that.
Yeah, I took a date to see that film who'd never seen Lion King. By the can't wait to be king scene, she's looking at me going, why did you drag me to see this? After the death of Mufasa, she's literally sobbing into my arm.
Yeah, that was a heavy scene, man.
Yeah, and it's like, that's the stuff kids of the 90s grew up with. Like, that was a brutal, and so long as you balance it out, like you notice right after that scene, we get Timon and Pumbaa. We get fart jokes and eating grubs.
Right.
But it still comes back to that darkness a little later. So long as you balance it out, so long as you don't go too heavy, kids can handle it.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole point is that good triumphs over evil.
Exactly.
Yeah. That was the story, the moral of all of that,
Yeah.
But,
all right, are we
Yep.
have we moved anywhere? Whose turn is it?
It's
Phil's turn.
Phil.
Yeah, Phil's
all right.
Okay. So Even though I will admittedly say that the first one is the best one of the trilogy, in my opinion. This is my favorite one. Partially because of the vanilla ice scene. I'm sorry, couldn't resist, but to dance along as a kid, saying, "Yay, the turtles are dancing! I gotta go dance with them."
Right,
That
it's a
was awesome.
generational thing. Yeah.
I want to see a
And-
TikTok of that now, Phil.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Get the turtles
I-
on one side and you on the other dancing with them.
I already did that scene. I'll upload that on Twitter.
Do it
after
again. Yeah, we
this
haven't
scene.
seen it. We don't tick the talk or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know what TikTok is. I don't even know how to use it.
And
I just started following people on Twitch the other day. Okay, I gotta start small.
And I learned the ninja rap dance. I'm sorry. That made it my favorite.
Put your money where your mouth is, Phil. We need to see it. No
No, we don't.
evidence.
Yeah.
We don't believe
No,
it.
we don't. No,
Come on,
listen.
pop and lock.
You'll see
Ninja
it. You'll see
rap.
it. Trust me. But outside of
Go Ninja, go!
go ninja, go.
Yo, it's the Green Machine gonna rock the town without being seen. Did you ever see a ninja get down? And that's all I know. That.
Oh, yes, a few times
Chad
I
knows
found
all the
cartoon.
words. We're gonna listen to the song.
See, Chad can sing it
That's
and
what
Phil
we know.
can dance. This is the collab the world's been waiting for.
That's right. That's right. Let's do it.
But so yeah, the ninja rap dance was the main reason why I liked the movie. That and yeah, I kind of like. Even I wish this movie was a bit more dark and felt like I wanted this movie to give kids more credit. It feels, but I did like the slapstick. I did like what they were trying to do. Like it kind of felt like if the 1980s Turtles were on the big screen, and even though I did like the April O'Neil from the first movie, I did like this actress who played her more than the first one for some reason. And the whole Toka and Razor thing, even though I like the characters, I agree with the people who are saying I wish Bebop and Rocksteady was in there. But I did like Splinter. I did like the acting. My reasoning for loving this is mostly because of the ninja rap. I'm sorry. The dance, just the dancing.
Okay.
That's it. All right, Tabitha, your turn.
Okay, mine is going to go really quickly because I was not able. Number one, I did not know that we were going to be reviewing all three of the films until yesterday. So my bad.
I didn't know you didn't realize what a Rumble was.
I didn't realize it was going to be three. I'm still learning, Dan. I apologize.
Oh,
but
all right. That's right. You're forgiven.
I did find the second film on YouTube. It's just it was in Hindi, so that was exciting. I mean, I've seen it before. But I was like, well, I don't
just
think
ask. I'll give
we
you
were
all the
speaking.
movies.
Sorry, it was so late. I'm sorry. Anyway,
All right.
no, I've seen this film before, and I did skim through it because I really did not want to watch it in Hindi, but especially because some of the scenes they cut back to English, and I'm like, I'm all confused. So, but anyway, I don't really prefer the lady who played as April O'Neil in this one, but I think like people were saying it was a little bit more childish, and honestly, I feel like this lady was a little bit more in that vein, whereas Judith Hoag from the first film, she did bring a little bit
She was
more of
serious. Yeah.
right. Yeah. So I guess it's just the different the different actress styles and also what the film was going for. I think if you would have had the original as far as Judith Hoag in the second one, it would be a really different vibe. It just wouldn't have fit nicely. But excuse me, catching my throat. I can say that I like it fine enough, but if I'm going to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm always going to watch the first one. So this film's fine for what it is, but it's not, in my opinion, it's nothing necessarily special. Costumes are nice and everything. What I thought, about it just kind of kept like you said, kind of a goofier tone to it. And cinematography seemed pretty similar. So again, it just looked consistent,
Throughout the whole
and
movie.
so nothing that's necessarily related to the review.
They didn't use any good lighting techniques to make things look darker or scarier.
Not quite. Yeah, I mean, like it was more.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it still
Like when
had
you
some
got the super
darkness
The
to
movie
it.
was very blue.
Should have been like, you know, like, man, that's pretty creepy, you know.
Well, and
But
I think
it was
when
more
you know,
like,
I remember when Shredder's hand came out of the trash. Like that scared me as a kid, and honestly, I guess because that's something else they were trying to do is like he was supposed to be the nemesis that just
you
could
think
not be
about it, a
easily
lot of those-
conquered. I
like,
think
a
is
lot
what
of
they were.
movies back then did that.
I think
their
that
hand coming up from something.
something it's so creepy, and so
Terminator,
I
you know?
I wonder if that's just something that they were trying to do. They were trying to make Shredder just really, you know. Like I said, the nemesis that could not just be easily dismissed, you know. So the fact that we all thought he was dead, and most likely he was dead, the fact that he came back from the dead, you know, just shows just how powerful and remarkable he is and everything like that. But just overall, I can't give much a review because it's been a while since I've seen it in English. But yeah, from what I can remember and what I saw today, it was a lot more goofy. It's funny though, this being the secret of the ooze. I used to work in daycare, and we get into arguments with the children about cartoons because I'm very passionate. And there's this little girl, we were talking about the stuff, but she's like, you know, the green stuff, and I'm like, the ooze. She's like, no, I don't think that's what they call it. I'm like, yeah, it's the ooze. And she's like, no, you're wrong. It's not called the ooze. They don't call it. I'm like, Falu. She was Nigerian. And I'm like, Falu, it's the ooze, man. Like, trust me on this. And she started making a song. She was like 7, by the way. She's like, it's not called ooze. She's like, maybe back when you were a little kid, but it's not called that anymore. I'm like, it will always be the ooze.
You can always call it slime.
But anyway, so that's my take on this. It was jolly good in Hindi. If you ever wanted to watch it for kicks, Hindi is your language.
Nice. As most of you probably already know by now, this movie was a little bit to me was not as good as the first one, and it was a little childish and very much like a cartoon. I enjoyed certain parts of it, but not all of it because, like my complaints earlier, you know, like why would they say getting in
verbal battles with children? Hey, you know, our nerd stuff is sacred to us. These kids don't know. They don't even know it's called ooze.
Child. Well, you're gonna have to take her the DVD and show it to her. Hey, see, ooze,
Right.
secret of the ooze.
Right?
It's ooze.
What are they teaching kids in the cartoons these days?
Right. Ricky, I think you turned off the wrong thing.
No,
You turned off your video and coughed really loud. Or sneezed,
I thought that
or
was
whatever it was. Yeah, I think you were supposed to turn off the microphone.
yeah, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah,
No, he
it's
just
okay.
didn't want us to see his face when he coughed. That's all.
Oh, there you go. Or sneeze or whatever it was. Sorry. God bless you if it was a sneeze. If it was a
Gesundheit.
cough, I guess God bless
Pat you on
too
the back.
still. I mean, you know, whatever. All right, so yeah, you know, I just think the second movie was almost a hashing of the first movie, just very more kiddie, cartoony, I think, you know. Kind of the same steps in the first movie were kind of the same in this one, and honestly in the third one, just different places. You know, I mean, I don't think they really did too much to make it different. But it was more cartoony, more kiddie, more goofy, which why I did not like it that much. I think they could have written something totally different. Somebody told me not too long ago, I know this has nothing to do with 2 or 3 or whatever, that TMNT from 2007 was supposed to be like a number 4.
Yeah,
It
that's
was.
always
Yeah.
been like
Yeah.
debatable because it does
But
have
that was
references
right.
to
It
Elvis
does show
trilogy.
right.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it was totally different. You know, like it just kind of went away from what they were doing in the 90s. So I don't know.
I like the idea that the family had split up as actual families do, and the film was about the family coming back together.
Right.
And
Right.
one part
Well,
I
that was
really did love about it is when Leo finds out Raphael is the Night Stalker, he tries to go on moral high ground. But when you see what Leo is up to, he's killing people.
Yeah.
He's killing people who are threatening villagers, and he's just like taking them out.
Right.
So it's like, I wanted to see, dude, where is your moral high ground then? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted more of that checked out. And if you get into like the special features and the commentary, the studio messed that film up so bad.
Yeah.
Like, there were supposed to be a lot of scenes like Casey proposing to April.
And the voice acting. I didn't really like the voice acting in that one. I don't know why, because Casey sounded like a little pansy, and
it's Chris Evans.
Yeah.
It's Captain America is Casey in that movie.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
it does sound like a pansy.
That was before the drugs. That was what happened. It was before the drugs were in the system.
Oh,
Yeah.
before he got his hoarse voice.
The Night Stalker too is a slight nod to what was going on in the Image run, where Raph became Shredder and took over the Foot Clan. And then prior to that movie being made, that originally was going to be a John Woo movie. He was working on a CGI Ninja Turtles.
Well,
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
And I think it
John
fell apart
Woo
mainly because I
CGI,
think he wanted it to be darker.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to do that.
Yeah, the studio, like
Off
even
is a
the
really good
2007 Ninja Turtles film, like there was a lot of stuff the studio came in and said no. The fight between Leo and Raph was supposed to be a lot more violent. Like they were going at each other's throats physically. And the studio said, no, you can't do this.
Craziness.
So,
I mean, technically, it's still like I guess considered a children's in the vein of children's, cinema.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's
You can't go
kind
too
of grounded
far, I
in.
guess.
So it's like, a lot of adults want to take these cartoons and these comic books and make them adult films, but it's like, originally it's like they were made for most of them were made for
Kids,
children.
yeah.
So it's like, where do you draw the line? It's like, yes, we all grew up with them, and now we don't want something so childish, but at the same time, it's kind of like hard to take this childish thing that we grew up in loving.
Well, if you look at
turn
the
it-
comics, before even the cartoons were made, the comics they were really dark,
pretty dark too.
gritty, and I don't know. I don't even think that those comics were made for children. More like
the 2003 show got
adults.
pretty dark at times too.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
comics
also,
don't seem to be
Nickelodeon
really made
owns
for
them,
kids
too. I
anymore.
don't think you'll ever see
Yeah.
a dark version of it though. Now that they own it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so Subhuman said his second one is still his favorite movie. Subhuman, that's good.
Mhm.
It's
I
great and
commend
handy.
those that think that this one was better than the first one. Good job. I'm glad you guys liked it. I didn't like it as much. I mean, yes, as a kid, I liked it more because you're a kid and you like all that dancing and cartoon stuff. But rewatching, you go back and you rewatch stuff and you're like, man, there could have been a better story. That's all I'm saying. There could have been a better story.
Oh no,
With a killer dance scene.
Yeah, with a killer
I gotta
dance.
admit, it could have been a better movie. It could have been a better movie, but I still can't get over the whole dancing bit. It's
The whole dance.
It was
Yeah.
a Disney
I would've
film in the
loved
making,
it.
really. It was a boy Disney film.
Honestly, I think Shredder should have messed up Kino in that film when Kino went at him.
Yes.
Mhm.
He should have made Kino look like he was like all
Yeah.
like really messed up. And then the turtles are like, no, you don't go after him. What are you doing?
Mhm.
No, but what does he do? He trips him with a staff thing, and he's like, "Oh, I got you, Kino." And that was about it. That was the whole fight of Kino and
Oh,
Shredder there.
Mhm.
My wife got to meet Kino years ago. Ernie Reyes
That's
Jr.
cool. Whatever
Yeah.
happened to that
Yeah.
actor? I don't.
I think he's still working in the industry. Like he was a serious martial artist back in the day.
That's
Yeah,
what
Right.
I
he's done
read.
a few
Is he more
movies.
like
He
a
was
stuntman now or something?
yeah, he does stunts, and that's if you watch Surf Ninjas.
I remember.
Satch
he
I
was in
remember that.
movie.
is his dad in real life. That's Ernie
Oh my
Reyes
gosh.
Sr.
Sir.
But
Oh,
he
really?
did. He was in Rush Hour 2, and then he was also in. Is it Welcome to the? I don't think it's Welcome to the Jungle. The Rundown with The Rock and Sean William Scott. He plays one of the guerrilla fighters. Like that was like the
Oh.
last big thing he's been in.
Cool.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
Oh,
that. Yes.
Yeah, I
like that
recently
movie.
just learned.
That was before The Rock turned. Well, decided to be
into Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne. Yeah, that's before he went to Dwayne,
Dwayne.
and politics. And
Johnson.
yeah.
But I recently learned that the guy who was telling April that his Donatello was calling her at her job was a stuntman for Leonardo.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty cool.
Was not aware of that.
All three movies. There's only two people that have worked on all three, and that's the guy who does the voice of Leonardo, who is Brian Tachi, who I can't think of his name, but he was in a couple of the Police Academy movies.
Oh, that's cool.
He was the one that he had a big crush on the tall blonde.
I think
Can't
I know
what
who
her
you're
name
talking about,
was. Yeah.
Callahan.
And yeah, or no, I don't think it was Callahan.
No,
Maybe
it was
it
Callahan.
was, but okay.
Trust me, it was Callahan.
I'll take your word for it. And then Robbie Rist, who did Michelangelo,
wrong.
who did he was Cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the guy who played Michelangelo was also Mono Gecko in the 2012 Ninja Turtles.
Yep, he did that too.
Cool beans.
We have literal
All right.
crickets going on. What is that?
That's in my basement.
All of a sudden I
Wait,
realized,
wait,
I'm like, we've got
outside. I don't know why.
See what? Here's the thing. Before we went live, I told Dan if you hear a cat meowing, I'm sorry because I do
right, but
have a
he's got
cat.
crickets
And then-
chirping away.
Yeah, I got
And then
crickets.
he said, and if you hear crickets, yeah, that's from my basement. I thought he was joking.
The rumors are true, Phil.
I got crickets. All right, let's hit up number 3. This was the original poster.
Turtles in Time. Yep, I remember that poster.
Oh, yeah. All right, Chad.
All right.
Get it?
So this film I consider about on par with the second. The humor is pretty much the same. Even lamer bad guys. Really gotta say, no, the bad guys were even lamer in part 3.
Yeah.
But I really do like the character arcs for all the turtles, especially when they're in the village, and they each have certain interactions with certain parts of the villagers, and it's just pure character moments. And I think it's beautifully written. Like that part is just like I think the most mature that film series gets, and that is some really good material. But then, of course, the action starts again, and as fun as the turtles are, and as much I like them, I'm sorry, the bad guys were so lame and pathetic in this film.
Yeah, they fell before they even got hit.
They did. They
You're-
really did.
Oh, man, I didn't even do my full swing. Why'd you fall already?
Like, don't get me wrong, the
Good
high
take,
foot
take
scene.
one, just put it in the can now. We're good with that one.
Yeah. Like,
We
and I
don't need to
think,
reshoot it.
I think this film should have been like. There's a moment in the film where the turtles see like their ancient history in this time. That they're supposed to be at one point even further back in the past, and that there's a wall scroll about them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how the film should have ended, like the director's cut of Army of Darkness, where Ash drinks too much of the potion, recites the words wrong, and he sleeps into the future. I think the turtles should have messed up this time scepter and they go back into the past. And I think that's where the film should have ended. with them being back in that time period and the time sector is just busted.
Right.
That would have, I think, guaranteed a fourth film because I would have wanted to see where that went, despite how lame the villains in this third film were. So I just gotta say, like, hey, it's when it's focusing on and also I gotta say, okay, why did they bring back Elias Coetus when they were going to do nothing with Casey?
Yeah.
No moments with April, nothing. It's just Casey's there, just saying,
I
hi everyone.
Casey, though. He was good. It was good to see him anyways, you know?
He did an amazing Casey Jones. He just had nothing to do in this film.
Yeah.
He was just there for the food.
Babysitting.
He was.
He was the samurai wrangler.
Yeah.
That's right. He was.
Yeah, I was supposed to say I think he played the Casey lookalike. I think if I read the cast right.
So yeah, I'd give the film the same score, 6 out of 10, 7 if I'm being generous, but for completely different reasons. Because this film, at some points, it's about as mature as the series ever got, and I love the character bits. I really do.
Yeah.
Just oh my god, those villains sucked.
The villains sucked. Yep, they did. They should have they should have brought the villain from X-Men no, not Origins. The other one, Wolverine something.
Oh, the Silver Samurai.
Yeah. They should have brought him on. I called him Chrome Dome because Chrome Dome was a bad guy.
He was, yeah.
You know? So there you go. We could have had a real good evil guy in there.
I wouldn't mind it.
All right. Speaking of Chrome Dome.
Oh, you just had to bring him out.
That's right.
Dan's got a toy for everything.
I have him.
I think he just has like a 3D printer in his basement and he just prepares them like.
That's right.
Everything. Okay, can we ask Mrs. Dan about that to confirm that?
Right.
I wish, because that would be cool to reprint all these characters and sell them to people. I'd make a lot of money.
You would. It's kind of like my old PSP and PSX collection, some of the rare games I have. Sometimes I think about selling them on eBay, but at the same time...
All right. Treasures.
They are, yeah.
I just saw a video about... Okay, this is really off topic. I saw a video about a Nintendo 64 Mario game, right? I forget which one it was, but I know I have that one. And they said it was being sold for almost $2 million. I go... and of course it's in the case and it's still wrapped.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Well, if I can sell mine, it's not in the case, but it's I can sell it for like half the price.
Right.
I mean, I'd be swimming.
Is it Super Mario RPG?
I don't know. I don't remember which one it was. It was a 64 one though.
I'm pretty sure it's the first Paper Mario. That game does go for a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember. But I still got my 64 and all my games.
Yeah.
So
Sega Genesis, all that. Yeah.
Good times.
Don't have a Sega.
What? Loser.
Yeah, I know. I have a PlayStation.
Don't you know Genesis does what Nintendo don't?
That's true. Sonic. Hello. Best game ever.
That's right. I love that.
So they made
you can run, you can
weird.
fly, you can reach the other side. Okay, I have to look up the lyrics to that song, but from Sega CD. From
That was a good
CD.
attempt. Good attempt. All right, Ricky.
Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic boom. I'm gonna reach the other side.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. This is gonna turn into a singing
Sounded
show.
so
and then we got
90s.
Bill dancing with this music.
Hey, well, it was from the 90s. Come on. That's what
I know,
I'm saying.
it sounded like it was what I'm saying, like classic 90s vibe right there.
There's
Right. All right. So go ahead.
There's
Ricky.
not a lot. There's not a lot that I like about the third one. I mean, it's watchable, but it's definitely just a lot more low budget. The costumes, they weren't done by Henson. One thing that I don't know if anybody else noticed, but you can really see like their the eye slits for the stunt actors underneath the bandana, right above their nose. And then story is very weak. The villains are very weak. Why they couldn't have done something better, taken somebody from the series Very much, I feel like they should have actually had it be where they traveled through time, through different eras, or the fact that they went to Japan. I don't know, they necessarily would have brought the character to life, but it was a real missed opportunity to have done Usagi Yojimbo, which was a comic book that they would cross over from time to time in the comic books. I mean, being feudal Japan and everything, that would have been really cool to have seen. Also, this movie is not called Turtles in Time. It's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. It wasn't until DVD release came out that they gave it that tagline because of the arcade game. But it was just Ninja Turtles 3. So, yeah, not too much good. A lot of missed opportunities with it.
There was. Yeah.
But still, I mean, you can watch it and it's not terrible either. It's not unwatchable, that's for sure.
Tabitha, put up Subhuman and then your brother's there. Because Subhuman does say supposed to be based on the Turtles
it was
arc from the original.
It was 2 or 3 issues that they did go back in time to Japan.
But I'm sure that story is probably better, than
it was probably a lot better. I mean, I don't think the villain was in that at all. There was no Walker. That was just somebody purely that they made for this third one. But that's
Walker,
all I got for
the Englishman.
Yeah.
And then your brother said he wished that the story was based on a little more of the Turtles in Time, the video game, instead of what they did make it on. Interesting.
But that would have been much more high budget, and it was clear they didn't have the budget for that.
Yeah. All right, Phil, your turn.
So I gotta admit, even though I did enjoy the movie, it was the weakest out of the 3. I will hands down say that.
Oh, he didn't like it as much. Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much. Even though I did
like
find jokes.
Yes. Didn't see that twist coming.
I don't like
it. Needs more Vanilla Ice.
Right. No cute dance number.
Yeah,
no cute dance number or anything. But I did, like, as a kid especially, I like the slapstick. As I get older, I do find it funny, but just I wish, especially in this one, wish they took it more seriously than they did in the final route. I did like seeing Casey, just wish we saw more. My favorite part was actually the end when the Turtles came back, and like when Mikey was kind of having like the crisis of, I want to stay here because here's where we are accepted. We can be out in the open, be ourselves, not have to live in the shadows. Even though, like the last movie we were in, we were terrible. There we go. We were terrible about keeping the shadows, and and then his brothers training him up. I did like that because that kind of shows that they're with each other, like they support each other, even though they get on each other's nerves. I kind of like that sentimental moment. But yeah, the third one's the weakest.
Yeah, definitely was.
Not much I could say.
The horseback riding was pretty good, though. On all of them. Everybody fell off except for Leo. It's like show off.
Oh, yeah.
I have to agree with this comment here. It sounds like we're outside camping, guys. I think there's this ambiance being created by whatever's in Dan's basement.
I think
somebody needs to start a fire.
He wants to be found so I can throw him outside.
I need to.
It sounds like when I used to keep geckos and I had to keep crickets to feed them.
Yeah, nice. He's been down here since last night, and my kids, had the doors.
It's just one.
And everything. Yeah.
There's not like
it's just only one. It's just one.
There's not like a dozen down there with you. Oh man.
I know. I have one of those wood wick candles, and I feel like if I just lit that up and we could have the crackle effect, it'd just be great. Just bring some s'mores.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Maybe Dan needs to like stomp around in the basement and scare him.
Hey, Dan, you still got the mutagen, right? You still got the mutagen, right?
The what?
The mutagen, the slimy thing that you have.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe if you
ooze.
if you put the ooze on top of the crickets, they'll become human sized.
Hey,
And maybe you get to be their master splinter.
we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Crickets over here.
That sounds like a horror story in the making, to be honest.
What is that? Starship Troopers?
Oh, different
Out the
film.
bugs.
Apparently, there were campfires in this third film, so it's a dude movie. So.
Oh yeah, so it's a man's man movie.
Man's
That's
movie.
right.
So,
well, campfires are always fun.
my commentary for this, very sweet and short. I was unable to find it in Hindi. Very disappointed. So I tried, I didn't. But I do remember seeing this a long time ago, actually when I was a teenager, or actually a preteen. And I remember it being, my least favorite. Like, even the fact that they introduce a girl to it doesn't make it any more interesting. Like, not at all. I don't know if that was like the aim to try to just, because I know, a lot of times the purpose of these things is to make money. So I don't know if she was an original character or not, or if they just included a girl. So that way it's like, oh, maybe girls will start buying Ninja Turtle toys too. I don't know, but I didn't find her interesting. I mean, like,
Are you talking about April O'Neil?
No, wasn't this
no, the female
Venus
princess
DeMilo or whatever? Wait, which one's the one with the
What was
female
her name?
turtle?
It started with an M.
You're
right?
talking about Next
You're
Mutation.
talking about Next
Yeah, it was
Mutation.
Venus.
Oh.
Delilah.
Sorry, my bad. Anyway, I can't get confused.
I was
Either way.
confused.
Yeah, I'm just all over the place here. But from what little I remember of that film, it's amazing how much we could get away in cinema years and years ago, because I just wonder how culturally appropriate it would be these days to have those turtles and those samurai garbs, with all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't care, but it just, because it does make it look comical, and with it being, something that's, historical and something that the country's proud of, it's just like, here we are putting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey, have you ever seen Japan? Have you ever seen Japan take on American culture?
I know, right?
It's probably
just
worse.
as bad.
Oh God, yes. Look up Samurai Champloo Baseball Blues.
Is that
Where General Custer invades Japan and challenges a group of samurai to a game of baseball to determine who rules the nation.
I was going to say, other countries' versions of what America
is
is
so
vastly different
bad.
than what it really is. And it's just, it's always one extreme to the other. So, I mean, everybody's got their own way of depicting each country. It's just kind of funny with all of that, going on. Oh, so there was a fourth movie? Oh, I didn't realize that there was a fourth movie.
No, so the Next Mutation was like
It was a TV series made by the people that made Power Rangers.
Like one season. That's
okay, that's what I'm getting confused.
not connected to the movies.
I was gonna say I don't remember seeing a girl turtle anywhere.
Oh, sorry. That was, like I said, a really long time ago. So I must be having like this crossover of just turtles.
You are.
Like...
You are. You should have watched these movies. Why didn't you tell me? All right. Anybody out there that watches these streams, and if you want to be, like in with the times, and like Tabitha's not right now, let me know. I will send you the movie you need to watch.
Are you firing me?
Interact with us. And Tabitha knows this, but she just,
No, I didn't know that every time you have a Rumble, it's 3 films. I did not know that. You just said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I didn't know until yesterday that it was going to be all 3. I'm like, oh, crap.
Maybe I was just telling everybody else but you. Sorry.
That would not be the first time.
That would be my bad. I mean, I know it wouldn't be I guess I assume too much.
Either way, I'll pay more attention. And so if there's another thing coming out where Tabitha misses the, the spot, I blame David. He's not here.
Blame my brother.
Oh, I
your brother
figured
has
that
them all on Blu-ray. Why?
I
You should
figured
ask.
he did, but he doesn't live nearby. So by the time
he
I
doesn't.
realized, by the time I realized that I needed to see all 3 films, I was like, "Crap! I can't have him overnight this because he can't."
Yeah, the next mutation makes Turtles in Time look like a masterpiece. It was so bad.
I'm pretty sure that I've
so
seen
awful.
Turtles in Time. I'm having a crossover. Like it's
It's
not.
okay. We forgive you. So let me jump in there. About
I'm done.
Turtles
I said my
3.
piece.
Yeah, that's good. I liked it.
Whatever.
I liked
for
it,
which
even
film.
though it was,
The first one's the best overall review.
Yes, the first one is the best. The costumes. I wanna point out the costumes first. I think they were different, and they had like yellow rings around the dots this time. Why? What was that all about? Does anybody know what that was about? Do turtles really have yellow rings around dots?
I couldn't tell you.
Well,
I mean-
they sometimes will have like some patterns on their skin. I mean, I think it just comes more from it's a different studio that was making the costumes this time.
Right. I get that.
Just because a lot of that stuff too, only lasts for so long. So
I also
I
got
think
some
that's more of
toys
just
to show.
artistic flair, if anything
Right.
else.
Okay, so it's like this toy of Donatello. Now the second movie, I don't know what the dots looked like in the second movie. I don't remember. I don't recall. They were more subtle, I think. But this toy,
Yeah, the dots in the second movie was more faded, I believe.
you can't even see that, can you? Geez, all these lights and you can't see nothing.
It's because they're bleaching
I
them out.
blame the crickets.
Yeah, it's the cricket. Dang it. Anyways, I know it's bleaching everything out. What the heck? Anyways, Donatello's toy has all those yellow spots with the dots inside. And, I mean, it's not a bad look, I guess, but it's definitely not the look that was more subtle with just like the little dots, like in the first one, which I like them better, which Michelangelo has the little dots that's more subtle. You can't see them as much. But anyways, that's costume wise. I didn't like the costumes as much. And you know what, Ricky, I did not notice the whole, you can see things near the nose there. I didn't really look for that. I'll have to look for it because I'm curious now. And then there's anyways, I liked some of the movie. But I didn't like some of the movie. The same actor that played Casey Jones, he played that other guy with the beard and the short hair, right?
Yeah.
And he had a weird accent. What kind of accent was that? I think that was Irish.
I think he was trying to do British.
Scottish. Was he trying to do a British accent? He did a bad job. His accent was horrible. He should have just stayed as the American guy. But I would have rather have seen Casey Jones go in time with everybody else instead of babysitting. But of course, that would just make a whole different storyline if something like that happened. I did enjoy some of the parts where he's like telling him, "Hey, you guys like, or Casey Jones like, let's play some hockey, everybody." Pulls out his hockey stick, and they're like, huh, hockey, what's that? Oh, hockey moving wall, hockey, hockey. And then, I did like that, and then all of a sudden they start beating each other up and pulling their shirts over their heads. That was good. That was funny.
Sounds like I missed a good time.
You did one scene. One scene, you missed a good time. And like Casey Jones, like, okay, whoop, pulls this thing up. I don't know. That was probably the only fun part of the movie that I really enjoyed.
Oh, come on. High Foot was fun.
It was okay.
I love that
now,
scene.
if they
That was
said
cool.
Cowabunga and high-fived each other, that would have been better. But High Foot was okay. It was definitely interesting. Yeah, what else? What else did I like or didn't like about this movie? I know I had, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I just didn't, I don't know what I liked about it. I guess I didn't really like too much of this movie. I mean, obviously we like it because it's Turtles, but, and we enjoy it because of nostalgia. But story-wise, it was like, they could have made it written something better. And again, like number 2, it was a cartoon movie. It was basically just cartoon the whole way.
I think it tried to aim for a balance. Like again, with the moments with the turtles in the village, where they're all bonding with the villagers in certain
Right.
ways.
No, I agree with that.
That was really. I think that was really good. It's just that they didn't really. They just didn't hit the balance the way some movies do.
Right.
Like we go back to Lion King.
Hit the mark that great. That had. Yeah, you're right. I did like the whole part where Leonardo's, doing the CPR on the kid and stuff like that, and he's trying to revive the kid, and they're getting all scared. Oh, he's putting some kind of demon curse on them because they're demons. April O'Neil, I don't know. They wrote a bad line for her. No, he's helping. Oh, couldn't you just explain it a little bit more? I understand. And a lot of the one-liners they had in the movie were like pop culture for that time period,
Wait, really?
And it's like no one's going to understand all that pop culture. Even today, you don't understand it.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. And the pop, it was just some of the things. It could have been written a little better. That's all my gripe is. It could have been written better, maybe better lines. Instead of April saying, no, he's helping, could have said, if you just wait a minute, he's doing this thing called CPR. Try to explain what CPR is, even though they don't understand it. And then when the kid gets up, he says, see, it helps. I don't know, something better.
It might have been easier just to let them believe it was magic. Trying to explain CPR to people who have no idea. I mean, just saying.
Sounds like you've done it a couple of times, Tabitha.
I may have taken a class or two.
Well, what I'm saying is it sounds like you've tried to explain it to some people who don't understand it.
Well, I mean, you think about it. I just, from cultural differences and again, time frame, it's just like, it's easier to quickly summarize. No, just stay back. He's trying to help versus, well, the thing is he needs to clear the airways in order to breathe into his mouth to fill his lungs because we need to make sure that the oxygen is still continuing to go to his brain. Otherwise.
Well, could have been more comical that way.
That's true. But I don't think that would have been April's personality. Like,
and I didn't like April
the movie. I was going to say with the CPR scene, the movie happened way before this, but it would have been great if they did what they did in The Office with CPR, where they went, staying alive. Yeah.
But I think that's a different humor. I think that would just be a different generation of humor, and it wouldn't have fit, But that would have been great.
and not in that movie too, but the first one, there was like a really dated comment and joke when they're at the farmhouse and Casey and April get mad and they slam the doors. And I want to say it's Donatello's like, it's like moonlighting. It's like, oh man, that's such an old show.
I forgot that. But that was there. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, Dan, you didn't like the whole joke when Michelangelo said to those two guys when they thought he was a girl, wait, I'm a beautiful princess in disguise. Pick the spell, give me the kiss. You didn't like that joke?
That was kind of funny.
Especially the way Phil said it.
Yeah, exactly. I like the
voice change and everything.
Hey, it's Larry, Curly, and Moe. I mean, most people wouldn't understand that, but it's Wet Willie time, Moe. It's that was silly. Kind of funny. And then at the end, he's like, you know what time it is, Moe? And he goes, and he runs away. Does it to himself. So like that part was kind of funny. I don't know. It just didn't hit the mark for me. I'd give this I give this movie like a 0 or something.
Harsh.
I'm harsh on these.
I give it a 0.5. Yeah.
0.5. But you know, it's all right. What was there was no Subhuman says something. There was no interaction between Casey and April when she
That's a
returned.
good point.
That's true. And there should have been.
Well,
You know,
the
there's
closest thing is when they were like standing next to each other, just laughing when the turtles were dancing, I guess. But that was about it.
Yeah, go Ninja, go! No, not that was the second one. What was the? It puts the lampshade on his head.
Yeah, the funny.
He's
Oh yeah,
like,
he was imitating
I'm
Elvis.
Elvis Presley, and then that was funny or something. I don't know.
No, it wasn't.
Trying
Made
to
it
make
funny, I think.
trying to make Michelangelo cheer up. I don't know. They should have. Yeah, see what you see what I mean, everybody. This movie just didn't do it for me.
Go watch
like the
it and find out how
nostalgia.
awful
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, go watch it.
Form your own opinion.
Tell us what you think of number 3, everybody. Has anybody been talking about number 3? That's the question. I haven't been looking at the comments. I'm sorry. Everybody.
No.
Nope.
They're probably lulled to sleep by your crickets.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry about my cricket, everybody. I'll find him one day, and I will set him free. Or he'll die down here, and I'll find him and be like, "Oh, gross, disgusting."
It's good eating though.
Sure, if you're.
So I've heard.
If you like that kind of stuff, if you're a frog.
Retro Pop Geek says that they're
kinda...
still awake.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
by the way,
in some cultures, crickets are lucky.
There you go.
Right.
See, yeah, we're lucky tonight because the turtles eat crickets, right? So doesn't it work? I don't know if turtles eats crickets.
I don't know.
Turtles eat something.
Pizza.
And yeah, that's right. These turtles eat pizza. You're absolutely right. I love it. Anyways, I was gonna say Retro Pop Geek. He did a thing today, I guess, and interviewed someone, Shredder from number 2, and he's going to send me that. I guess what is it called? An interview, I guess. And I'll post
which
it
Shredder?
up,
Regular or Super Shredder?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I heard that this guy who played the Super Shredder was a WWE star.
Yeah, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Kevin Nash. Okay.
He's the one who plays Super Shredder?
Yeah.
He had all those weird looking veins on his hand? Or was that like painted on? That's the question.
I think it was half a suit, half his actual size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they made him look cool. He was a cool looking guy, Super Shredder. And
he went out like a total punk.
Yeah, he went out like an idiot. Like he killed himself. I mean, it's not like anybody hit him. He's just like ripping off the balcony there. And
you literally have Leonardo there in your hands, dude. Like,
yeah.
And you just put him down. Like, okay, I'll put you down here and just bring everything down on your head.
Yeah. Oh, I'm coming after you. It's like
seriously
Bowser going after
Mario.
Whoa, just chasing after him, tearing everything down, and then all of a sudden, he just falls.
Well, he was always a little clumsy, even in the first one.
Here's what I don't understand. They go, nobody could have survived that, right? Well, nobody could have survived a freaking,
being compacted,
trash compactor.
Yeah, trash. Trash compactor. Yeah. No one could have
falling from
that.
the building and then trash compactor.
Yeah, that was worse than what he died from in the second movie. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand how he died. He shouldn't have died. He should have been like, okay, I'm coming out. I'm back.
But here's the thing. I'm so happy that they left him dead in Ninja Turtles 3. I'm so happy they left him dead in Ninja Turtles 3 because in 2003 Turtles, once the Shredder died, oh yeah, we're going to bring him back. Oh, we're going to kill him again? We're bringing him back. In some way,
if you think about it, look, in Turtles 3, the end of, what was the guy's name? That English guy? the bad
Walker.
guy?
Walker.
Right? He gets thrown off of something and falls into the water. Well, that was just a callback to Shredder falling off the top of the building, and he falls into the trash compactor. So it was weird. It was like, let's keep the storyline the same, just change up the characters and change up like how they do things.
So now we're talking about the sequels of Star Wars.
Exactly. Maybe that's where Star Wars got the idea.
Inspiration.
Like, maybe if we just leave it the same, just change up the characters.
Change up the characters.
We'll be okay. But this was supposed to be like, 3 movies in. That's like a reboot 3-movie sequel thing. I don't know. It was interesting. Anyways, that's fun.
Is that what the Suicide Squad took his inspiration from?
So who wins? Who wins in this? Is it Turtles 1, 2, or 3?
One.
It sounded like one.
One.
Number 1 is the winner. Sorry, Phil.
Phil's over there
like, what about number 2? What about number 2?
Here's the thing.
Oh, here's the thing.
You can't change our mind, Phil.
Number 2 is my favorite, but I have to reluctantly say number 1 won because it's generally the best.
Okay,
it is.
Good.
Oh, there you go.
It is.
I think it's genuinely one of the best comic book movies out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Chad
The Crow
said,
would be the best.
They stayed with the comic book stuff.
Yeah.
So
What's the Crickets vote?
1. yes, we got 1. All right. Talking to crickets down here. I talk to toys too and other things.
They come alive at night. Yeah.
Everybody comes alive. That's right. It's like Night at the Museum.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
There you go.
No, there you go. Toy Story also. But Toy Story, they don't come alive until you leave. Night at the Museum, they come alive at night. So, and I'm always in my basement at night.
I've never seen any of the Night at the Museum movies.
Oh, it's
Really?
good.
They're good. They're
Wars.
decent.
It's
They're
good.
funny.
They're really-
I mean,
I like them.
Probably not
took
the
me
best
like
movies
2
ever
years.
made, but
It took me
They're
like 2 years to also watch the third one. Like, because Robin Williams died. So it took me like 2 years to watch the third one.
I feel like it's an original idea. Like it's really well made, like creative.
yeah, Ben Stiller, I mean, not the greatest comedian out there, but he did an all right job in this movie.
He's a unique actor.
He did okay. Yeah.
They were going to do a Disney version of Night at the Museum.
Were they?
John Favreau, they were going to call it Magic Kingdom, and it was going to be at night at the Florida park. Everything came to light. And
isn't that like one of their things though? Magic Kingdom, you go there, you sleep there, and stuff like that.
yeah.
Why don't they make a movie on their thing there? I don't get it.
But like
Anyways.
like at nighttime though, all the characters come to life. All the rides are still going.
Sweet. I would love it.
But it was gonna be John Favreau, but then they changed that to Lion King. That project. Like they decided.
Oh yeah. The live action Lion King. Oh yeah, goodness,
Yeah.
that was a flop.
Is it really live action if everything's CGI?
I guess.
That reboot.
Well, I guess that Lion King. It was technically Jungle Book
You're
then,
absolutely right.
because that came out first.
I love it.
Not to get all technical about it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that another time, guys.
Thank you.
We'll talk about Disney another time when everybody's depressed.
Or just
New
has some
Disney
rage
come
they want to
together.
express.
New Disney, not old Disney.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Disney used to be cool.
Fun.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Disney used to be cool.
Back in my day, Disney was cool.
Back in
See, this is the part where Tabitha confirms she's a boomer.
What? Because back in my day,
back in my day.
I don't know if y'all should look up a Disney Star Wars dance-off video. Literally done at Disney World, where they have the Star Wars characters, the Empire, and the Rebellion engage in a dance-off.
I may have seen something like that before.
You know what?
It's on YouTube. There's 2 parts, and it is
Darth Vader would
hilarious.
never do something like that. Only
It is
Kylo
hilarious.
Ren.
It's amazing. It's the best thing of Star Wars Disney has done.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
If you
no,
think that's the best
no.
thing, then that's good. I'll watch
No
it.
way.
It is hilarious.
All
It
right,
is.
so I gotta go to Avery Cruz here real quick. I didn't see this earlier. He goes, "Did Super Shredder die at Vanilla Ice concert?" Yeah, basically he did.
And it was a
And-
mercy.
And that concert turned into a back deck thing for a beach. I don't know where the aren't they supposed to be in New York City? Then they go into a warehouse, and then the warehouse turns into a concert. It's it's a dream. It's basically like a dream, when
It's
you're
the
dreaming
80s,
about something, you go through one building and you come out something totally different.
Doesn't
at the
have to
other
make
end,
sense.
And you're like, hey, where'd I just come from? Where'd I go?
Shredder most likely fell into the Hudson, and that alone should have killed him too.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. He
With
can't
how
swim,
how polluted that water is.
Yep.
I want to give Flinty some love though, because the ending to the first two Ninja Turtle movies were awesome. How the turtles beat the Shredder the first time, and how they were saying all these words sound cool. And Flinty says, "I will always like cowabunga," and then when the brother says
Oh,
cowabunga, he said, "Oh, I made it funny," and then
Yes.
when he said "Go Ninja Go," I made another funny.
The joke
Yeah.
should have
Best
ended there.
Ninja course ever.
Jokes.
10 times more hilarious in Hindi.
Jokes.
Just saying.
I believe
take
it.
your word for it.
All right. Well, we've been pretty long on this stream, everybody. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yes,
and
thank you for
for
doing it.
who are
Thank
on
you
the
for having
stream.
us.
Thank you, Chad, Phil, Ricky.
Oh man, it was a blast to be here.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for those who are watching. So yeah, thank you for watching us and commenting and interacting with everybody.
Vanquishing the like
forget-
button.
Yeah, vanquish. Don't forget to vanquish that like button. Vanquish. I like that word now.
My
I'm
favorite
just-
platinum game.
Yeah. So don't forget to go to www.insidetheboothtv.com. You get yourself a mug, get a koozie, get a shirt, get a hoodie, get a neck gaiter since Variant 2 is now out. It's like a movie. Variant 2, get a neck gaiter. If you believe in that stuff anyways. If you don't believe in it, then don't worry about it because I'll never wear a mask. But you can.
You can always join Antifa and move to the West Coast.
Well,
I think on your next batch of merchandise, you need to have Vanquish the like button on there.
I should. Yes. Beautiful. I love it. Write that to me later so I can remember because I'm not going to remember tonight.
Yeah.
What else? We also got those masks and stuff, and I'm gonna go somewhere else to make new merch stuff like hats and pins and all that because it seems like people don't wear hoodies too much, just hats and pins and what have you. So yeah, gonna go try something else out. But anyways, it'll all still be located at the website www.insidetheboothtv.com/shop. And that's all we have for you today. If you want to help support us other ways, you just hit the vanquish the like button and share these videos, subscribe to the channel, and we got a Patreon page. You can also subscribe there, become a member for just $1 a month. Help support us so that we can do more content like this and better. Just because.
That's not what I was going to click on.
So,
What'd you click on?
I was going to click on this one. Make some cricket merch.
Yeah, the cricket needs to be the sixth member.
Okay, I will make some cricket merch too. I'll do a drawing of a cricket hanging out, playing a violin or something.
You need campfire merch, Dan. Really, I've been thinking about this.
Okay, with the cricket and the campfire. Right?
The
Playing
noisy
violin.
cricket isn't just
There
a
you go.
weapon in Men in Black anymore.
That's right.
You're right.
That would be great. All right. everybody, if you have ideas for some more of our merch, send it to me on DMs or message it on Twitter. I don't care. Put it in public. I don't care. I'll come up with something. But you got to remind me because there's times where I just forget and I'm too focused on the next video, basically. So, so there we go. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks again for coming and joining us. We will see you guys on another day. Next time.
Thank you.
Inside
Have
the
a
Booth.
good
Remember,
night.
Tuesday, 9 p.m. Good night. And we hit